Here's my action research questions. My first question is, what effect does manipulatives and educational apps have on students? And in this question, I'd also be looking for what manipulatives and educational apps should we be using? Is the effect positive or negative? And how can we adapt this into our current curriculum? A lot of schools are still using textbooks, so manipulatives and educational apps are almost an afterthought or an added thing. How can we incorporate this better in the curriculum instead of adding just more work? What can we be doing to utilize them in the curriculum? My second question is, does educational apps improve learning in students with disabilities greater than manipulatives? When I was doing my research on educational apps and manipulatives, I found a lot more resources on educational apps, a lot more studies on them versus manipulatives. So this is kind of where that question came up. Is it better? Is it better for students with disabilities? Or is it just the research isn't there for manipulatives like it is for educational apps? So some questions I would try to answer within the question was, why does it improve learning more? Should we still keep using manipulatives even though educational apps improved learning more? And that's not saying I know that it is. I'd still try and find that answer, but if I was able to find the answer to the big question, hopefully I can answer those little questions too. And my third one is educational apps versus manipulatives, which is better for students with ADD/ADHD. Is it a focus issue? Are they able to concentrate more because it's hands-on learning? Are they retaining the information because it keeps their attention for longer? And are they retaining information because it's fun and memorable? It's hard to focus a lot when you have ADD or ADHD, and these programs and hands-on learning, is it helping them focus? I know for me, it helps me focus if I work on hands-on, so I would think it would happen the same way, but I can't just base it off my understanding. I would need to do the research to prove my theory. Which research question would best inform teaching practices, and why? My first question, education is always changing, so that's why I think it's a great way to inform teaching practices. My second one, there are 2 common ways to improve student learning, and those are very 2 common ways in special education that I've seen currently. And my third question is, what are students thinking when using these resources? What are students thinking when they are using educational apps and manipulatives? How do they feel about them? And why these questions? Education is changing, students are changing. Are these changes for the better? And that's what I really want to find out overall. Are they learning for the better?